Live from the Canadian capital, this is the GBN Television News. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
We are taking pride in outstanding performance. We are encouraging and recognizing innovation. We are committed to continuously doing things better, with enhanced services coming soon. Yes, we are here for you. Check us out today for your financial need. GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
And welcome to the Monday edition of News. I'm hoping that you had a very good weekend. I'm Odette Campbell. Coming up in the news this evening, the police is telling the tale of how 9 young people fished over $720,000 worth of marijuana from a police station in the north of the island. What we're learning is that hefty bail and specially adjusted curfew hours have been laid out for them. Grenadian American citizen arrested and charged for violating Grenada's COVID-19 regulations. Prime Minister Mitchell assures residents that the Molyneux Road will be rebuilt. And the forecaster Fimber Frank reminding people here to have their hurricane kits and plans prepared as the season nears. Here's what the Grenada movement preparing for the upcoming general elections. And we will also tell you this evening that around the globe, St. Vincent and the Grenadines may experience another year without Vincy Mars. Migrants swarm U.S. borders. And in sports, very good news, Grenadiers Nishon Paye joins Jamora out in making history. We'll bring you the details of those and other stories in just a moment.
Get high making money moves with the NLA's new Aces High Scratch game with 4 chances to win. Beat the dealer's card to win the prize shown. Reveal an A symbol. And just like that, you are automatically a winner. Scratch away to win the top prize of $10,000. Win easy with Scratch. Must be 18 or older to play.
And now for the news in detail. More questions and answers after 9 civilians, inclusive of 2 juveniles, were arrested and charged over the weekend for stealing drugs from the Sautez police station. We get details in this report.
It's a matter of who's securing who and what. Just how did these individuals know where the storage area for the drugs are and the officer's location at the time of obtaining such a large quantity of cannabis remains unclear. The 9 civilians who appeared before the St. David's Magistrates Court on Monday for stealing a quantity of marijuana from the Sautez police station were granted bail. The juveniles' bail amount is $30,000 each with 2 sureties. They were also placed on a curfew from 4 p.m. to 6 a.m. daily. Kiman and Kimani Alexander, Ron and Ronnie Stanislas were granted bail in the amount of $50,000 each with 2 sureties. They were ordered to report to the Sautez police station between 6 a.m. and 5 p.m. They too were placed on a curfew from 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. daily. Carlos Williams, Marvin Jeremiah, and Travis Fullerton were granted bail in the amount of $120,000 each. They were ordered to surrender all travel documents and obtain permission from the court to leave the state. They were also placed on a curfew from 9 p.m. to 4:30 a.m. daily. Provided that bail is not secured by any of the accused, they will be remanded to Her Majesty's prison until May 26, 2021. Once bail is secured, they are scheduled to reappear at the Sautez Magistrates Court on June 22, 2021. According to a statement issued by the department, officers assigned to the station noticed the disappearance of the drugs over a period of time and took remedial action. Consequently, investigations revealed that individuals fished out marijuana from the rear end of the building due to structural deficiencies. The quantity of cannabis house is valued at $721,224. Christina John, GBN News.
Very interesting story indeed. And Pat Bruno, a Grenadian-American citizen, was arrested and charged for violating Grenada's COVID-19 regulations after he failed to quarantine as per the regulations. He arrived in Grenada on Saturday, the 15th day of May. He boarded a taxi that took him to Mardi Gras, St. George, where he allegedly mingled with several members of the community and surrounding areas instead of proceeding to his approved quarantine site. He was arrested and charged by officers of the Criminal Investigation Department. Bruno was charged for the offense of breach of quarantine on Sunday, May 16, that's yesterday. He was granted bail in the sum of $2,000 with one surety. He's scheduled to appear in court at the St. George Magistrate Court on Thursday of this week. Moving on to politics, TGM. The viable option? That's the question. Is one of the most heated talking points in Grenada and is the plan by the Grenada movement to become a political party. Many people believe that TGM is the viable option to challenge a new national party at the 2023 constitutionally due general elections. We have more in this report.
Since the announcement that the Grenada movement is moving to become a political party, TGM member Mrs. Faye Thompson says the response received is overwhelming.
The upsurge in interest has been phenomenal. People are coming out of the woodworks from all corners, and it's just feeling good, it's feeling right. At the end of the day, this is not so much about what is in it for anybody, but what is in it for Grenada. And I think people recognize that there is a void to be filled, and they are happy to have an alternative. And we are embracing that with everything we have.
Although the date for this transition is not yet known, Mrs. Thompson said people are relieved that there is a viable option for the Grenadian people.
The call for option has been answered by TGM. And the very fact that we made just a simple announcement over a Diaspora Matters program, and you wouldn't believe the groundswell since then. There's a thirst, there's a desire, and I think we have a duty to answer the call of the people.
The news story broadcasted last Friday stated that Ms. Faye Thompson remained a member of the National Democratic Congress, the NDC. This is incorrect, as Mrs. Thompson clarified.
I worked on the NDC political campaign from 2006. That's when I entered NDC. And after the defeat in 2013, I had just, friendly relations, supporting, because my main aim was for a better Grenada, and NDC was my vehicle. Since then, especially after 2018, I have not been involved in NDC politics. I've since joined the TGM when they gave the inkling that they were going to become a political party. And I'm now a full-fledged member of the TGM.
The Grenada movement was launched in October of 2020, and as it pushes towards becoming a political party, its mantra is to address a number of issues, including the underemployed, the working poor, or the unemployed youth. Cherry Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
Very interesting development again. We would remember that the TGM said that they were a non-political organization. They insisted when reporters pressed on their status. So now they're saying they're a political organization. I'm certain that will go beyond the headlines in some time to come. Well, with less than 3 years before Grenadians return to the polls to decide on a government to lead the country, and individual groupings willing to throw their hats in the ring are piecing together their plans. The latest to step forward is comedian Bassanio Nicholas, and now, as we heard from that report, the Grenada movement. This evening we're joined by political climate, I'll say that again. Here to join us this evening to discuss Grenada's political climate is long-standing politician Mr. Michael Batiste, and he is speaking with GBN's Sherry and Blackman Stephen. Let's go over to Sherry for that discussion.
With less than 3 years before Grenadians return to the poll to decide on a government that will lead the country, individuals and groups are willing to throw their hats in the ring, piecing together their plans, and the latest step forward is comedian Bassanio Nicholas and the Grenada movement. Here to join us to discuss Grenada's political climate is long-standing politician Mr. Michael Batiste. Welcome, sir. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. This evening the pleasure is mine. I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Most welcome, sir. Mr. Batiste, what's your take on the present political climate in Grenada?
Well, at the moment, there seems to be a vacuum. A vacuum which I say because we have not been able to put a viable alternative in place to replace the ruling party. I think COVID have taught us many things. We've learned, one, it has opened up the eyes of the Grenadian people. And two, it has sort of exposed the flawed by the economic policies of this government. As we have seen now, the country is sitting in the bowels of poverty, and this government has not been able to introduce any plan to resuscitate our economy. So at present, I think there's a silent majority in the country, uneasy as to the direction the country is going, and they're crying out for alternative. So whoever comes forward, and I always encourage Grenadians and at home, everywhere, to join the political discourse, play a part in the economic and political development of the country. I don't know who the players are. I've just heard that there is a new political party on the horizon, and I think it's good. Grenadians should get involved, not just forming a political party, because there are several political parties on the island. But I think what is important is that this political party must be a grassroots organization. It must be a political party that can invite itself into the feelings of people. It must be a political party that can connect with ordinary people, because the new National Party have disappointed the ordinary working men and women across the country. They have now catering not to the needs of the majority, but to the needs of the 2%. One would feel the Lansapin group. So I believe a new political party first must recognize that development of Grenada must not be a lopsided thing where you have all the resources of the country being spent in St. George's only. A new political party must recognize and understand the importance of agriculture to the development of our rural people and, of course, to the country as a whole. As it stands now, our economy has collapsed, and this government has not learned anything at all from this pandemic, even though the pandemic has showed up that concentrating on tourism was a mistake, and that we should have a mixed economy, and we should never allow our rural economy to collapse. It seemed to me as if government have not learned anything from the pandemic, because every time you listen to the Prime Minister in a national broadcast, all he seemed to be talking about is building of 5-star hotels. Hotels not going to solve the problem. So it is welcome news to hear that capable Grenadians are coming forward to offer themselves for service. I think the NNP, you can safely say they are now in the departure lounge. They have exhausted all their efforts. Dr. Mitchell have done everything that he can. I mean, he must go down in our political history. He must go down. He is a record. He has led our country into poverty consistently from the years that he has been in office, and it's quite evident now by the cry of the people. The National Democratic Congress, I don't think anyone should count them out. They have a solid base support in the country. They are just a few players away from jumping over that hurdle. In the last election, it's shown that the supporters are stuck with them. The margin of victory by the new National Party was not that great. And as I see it now, a lot of people are dissatisfied with the direction the country is going. I mean, this is a crisis. And at a time when we are facing economic crisis, we are seeing now that the government has gone out and borrowed money to develop the airport at a time when people can't eat. I mean, this is a time when we need an alternative, a serious alternative that would pay attention to the needs of the rural people, pay attention to the working class. We are seeing now that as a result of all the mistakes that this government have made over the years, the working man is paying the price for it. Now government is crying out. They can't pay salaries. They can't pay salaries, obviously, because they put all their eggs in one basket. And every time this government made mistakes, it is the working class that's paying for it. So it's not just forming a party. That party must have a sense of purpose. The party must invite itself into the feelings of the ordinary man. They must be able to connect. They have to come on the ground. It is okay to form an online group and make intellectual statements. It's okay, but all political battles are won and lost on the ground. And it would be interesting to see when this new party officially announced, how they react with the ordinary people on the ground, how they listen, how they could dispense their new ideas to the population, and how well it would be received. So it's a wait and see. Political parties are formed all the time. We have political parties forming here and there, and they fall by the wayside. But at this time now, I think the country is crying out for a serious alternative.
Thank you so much, our long-standing politician, Mr. Michael Batiste. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
And still to come from us, forecasters predicting another active hurricane season, the start of which is just 2 weeks ago. Forecaster Fimber Frank will be taking us through what can be expected.
There's a reason we have been here to serve you for the past 40 years. A reason we have continued to grow. A reason we have continued to celebrate. That reason is you. We have been here to help you plan for your future and here to help you celebrate your achievements. We continue to be here, even when the future seems unclear, because one thing is certain, you're the reason we care.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Paying is faster and easier with Flow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press Consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Flow, keeping you connected.
Introducing Color by Sissons. 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 Color by Sissons.
Hubbard's big promotion is back. Live free for 1 year. Spend $50 or more in any Hubbard's department and receive a chance to win big prizes every month. Property or vehicle insurance for 1 year. Free internet, cable and data for 1 year. Free fuel for 1 year. Free cooking gas for 1 year. Free electricity for 1 year. Free drinks for 1 year. Extra cash account and the big free groceries for 1 year. Promotion runs from April 1st to September 30th, 2021. Live free for 1 year with Hubbard's in association with Solgas, Flow, Grenadian General Insurance, Carib Brewery, Coca-Cola, Grenada Bottling Company, Grenlec, Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Dutch Lady Milk, Promo, Danny and Supreme. Terms and conditions apply.
Oh, you want more madness? Sunday, May 30th. The deal or no deal madness continues in May. Get ready for another massive waggity virtual bingo. And here now, this time you can win not 10, wait for it, US $15,000. $15,000 up for grabs. Here's the best part. For 1 week, tickets will be sold at $10. Now that's a massive deal. But after, tickets will cost $15. No deal.
No deal.
So the question is, are you going to take the deal?
Mom, take the deal.
Wait now, partner, we ain't done. Cause coming to shell down the bingo. Get ready for a live performance from Grenada's hot sensation, Little Jello. Why not, Ginger? Don't run from me. Remember, if you're in Grenada, tickets are available at gotofed.com or from numerous box offices island-wide. If you're overseas, tickets are only available at gotofed.com. Sunday, May 30th is no ordinary Sunday. Get ready for Waggity Virtual Bingo.
Deal or no deal?
The safety and security of your information is always important to us. Ariza now offers chip cards, also known as EMV cards, which provide enhanced security for your purchases and are globally accepted. The new Ariza Credit Union Visa International Debit Card continues to have the traditional magnetic stripe with the additional security feature of a chip and can now be used at both chip and traditional magnetic stripe terminals. For your added protection, always keep your PIN private and store your chip card safely in a RFID pouch. Visit arizacu.com to learn more on how to protect your account information. Ariza Credit Union, your financial freedom, your future.
See the world and let the world see you with the best brands on eyewear from Quartz Optical. Come in today and get free eye exams, free blue block, and up to 20% off frame and lens purchases. Need sunglasses? With any purchase, get up to 80% off your sunglasses. Plus, with Ready Finance, you can shop today and pay $0 for 30 days. Visit us today at Quartz Young Street or call us at 435-2958 or visit us online at www.quartzoptical.com. Quartz Optical. Value you can see. Terms and conditions apply.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
There's a reason we have been here to serve you for the past 40 years. A reason we have continued to grow. A reason we have continued to celebrate. That reason is you. We have been here to help you plan for your future and here to help you celebrate your achievements. We continue to be here, even when the future seems unclear. Because one thing is certain, you're the reason we care.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
And welcome back. We always have to keep our eyes on the weather, especially now as the 2021 Atlantic hurricane season is just 2 weeks away with a June 1st start date for what is expected to be another active hurricane season. Well, preparedness should be foremost in our minds, reflecting on Hurricanes Ivan and Emily in 2004 and 2005. Forecaster Fimber Frank spoke today with GBN about the hurricane season and what could be expected and how people could be prepared.
Another active hurricane season, or the likelihood of such, is what, according to forecaster Fimber Frank, we can expect in 2021. Frank says the figure to keep in mind at this time is 17, 8, and 4. The forecaster says 17 named storms are expected, with 8 likely to become hurricanes and 4 could be major hurricanes.
It's hard to say what it will mean for us. If we look at last year was the most active in the last 10 years, right? We had like 13 named storms. But then when you look at the rainfall last year, it was not very, very good. And we did not get hit with anyone, right?
He explains that it is difficult to ascertain if Grenada will be affected, noting that last year was one of the hottest.
And that's because we had Teddy to the east of the island, and that sucked all of the moisture and left us with pretty dry and fair skies. So a lot of storms, that does not mean that we will get hit. One, it does not mean that we will not get hit. It's what to look for based on what the science is saying, but it does not speak to you to say, hey, look out, because you will get 2 or 3 or 4. No.
The forecaster impresses that despite the uncertainty, Grenadians should have their hurricane kit and plan prepared, with the entire household knowledgeable on what to do if a hurricane or storm strikes.
This is the time, if you want to clean drains, if you want to trim your trees, get all this done now, because it does not take a storm. We have seen serious flooding from tropical waves. A slow moving wave could dump a lot of rain, and it's not even a storm. A lot of us, we are scared of the wind, but most time the damage is done by water. Water is the real killer.
He is encouraging Grenadians to not wait until the country is under a storm warning or watch to kickstart their preparedness. I am Gerald Joseph for GBN News.
Some would be happy, some eyebrows will be raised. The latest word is that the Molyneux Road will be rebuilt. Let's get details in this report.
Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell assures residents that the Molyneux Road will be rebuilt. The PM, who also serves as parliamentary representative for St. George Northwest, made the declaration during the official ribbon-cutting ceremony to declare the Happy Hill Bypass Road open. The Molyneux Road began showing signs of deterioration during the latter part of 2019, leading to the closure of a section of the road and diverting traffic through Montmorris.
After a lot of work and stoppages through pandemic, that the decision has been made now formally, because we generally thought we'd have to create a new road. We're going to be build back the road in the Molyneux area, but I'll do the protection on both sides of the road. They going to the seaside, protection will be done. The engineers have done their job. The technical report has been available. The bank is aware, and they're going to be doing work on both sides to protect the road on both sides and rebuild the road in that community. A few houses may have to be moved, but they would be paid accordingly, and of course given alternative places in which to continue their livelihood.
Moncoma Road has been given consideration as another alternative route to ease traffic. Dr. Mitchell notes that despite the pandemic, the country is progressing in terms of controlling the virus, unlike other Caribbean islands. The road was constructed with funding from the Caribbean Development Bank and the government of Grenada, to the tune of 1.6 million EC dollars. The project, which falls under the Basic Needs Trust Fund, the BNTF, took 13 months to complete. Byron Campbell heads the Rural Development Unit.
But I want to mention 2 important factors before I close. And that's important, and I know it's a policy of the government, that is of youth employment. But particularly, whereas there were several young persons employed on the project, what amazed me most on the construction site was the assistant site engineer. I would say it was the site engineer because this was the person in charge, and this was a young man, and I want to recognize him, Royden Gilbert, for take a stand, sir.
Land ownership issues, temporary closure to the project due to the COVID-19 lockdown, and changes with the designs and traffic situation due to the Molyneux land slippage are some of the challenges experienced during the construction stages. Employment was created for 36 individuals through this project. Christelina John, GBN News.
And now it's time to see what people have been tapping away on the street and saying on through the Social Buzz segment.
This is Social Buzz, where we shine a light on the thoughts and concerns of our online audience. Grenada to date has no active COVID-19 cases. However, with government policy to ensure people continue adhering to protocols that will protect the population against the virus, the RGPF has followed through on its promise to step up vigilance and have charged a number of Grenadians for breaking protocols.
I have seen and heard the comments from people that law enforcement are not serious because we're seeing so many people violating and we are not doing anything. And that's the reason why we are here making the clarion call this morning, because we cannot, in truth and in fact, we cannot respond to every citizen who decides not to wear a mask.
Our online audience gave their opinions on the situation. Darrell commented, "Please tell me why you're harassing everyone now. You let the non-compliant tourists get off. It is not necessary. You are on a money grab for the government 1 year later. Your police don't wear the mask properly or where they should. Who will ticket the police?" Another individual commented, "The government of Grenada only cares about money and we can't see what they're doing with all of it." This individual added, "Since COVID started, the government did not offer the public any masks. They did not share out free masks as other countries in the Caribbean. I want to know what the government is doing with all the donations of masks they received. It might sound stupid, but some people cannot afford a mask." Kitera commented, "So, if you cannot respond to every citizen not wearing a mask, then what is the criteria for charging one person over the other?" And Vachelle commented, "This is so senseless. This is what our beloved country has come to. Come on, Grenadians. When would you stand up and decide that no more? Life is too difficult to be in such a situation in these troubled times. Unemployment is at the highest, yet still the government and the police regime decide they want to pressure the people." That's it for tonight's Social Buzz. If you would like to have your thoughts and concerns shared, be sure to comment on GBN's Facebook page.
And now we look at what has come through the eyesore lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN Eyesore is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Tonight's eyesore features photographs of a tree punctuated with pigeons. The tree has no leaves, only branches and roots, which our eyesore reporter thought gave the illusion the birds sprouted from the tree. You can send in your photo and video submissions via our social media platforms.
And still to come from us this evening, after several years of sterling contribution to the financial services sector, one of Grenada's leading bankers is getting ready to call it a day. We'll tell you who that is after the break.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016. Or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
A whole new level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. Plumbing fixtures, cutting and grinding discs, PVC glue, drywall screws, and power saw blades. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
Once upon a time, we shopped at Wonderland, then Neverland. But we're all grown up now and no longer believe in fairy tales. So now we just shop at Shoes R Us. At Shoes R Us, we stock the latest in shoes, tops, and jeans for the fashion-conscious lady. We also carry colognes and much, much more. And for the modern trendy male, we have the latest brand-name shoes and sneakers: Converse, Reebok, Nike, K-Swiss, Puma, and much more. So check us out at our 2 convenient locations: Melville Street in St. George and Ben Jones Street in Granville. At Shoes R Us, we say, come shop with us. Trends come and go, but jewelry is forever in style. Give a gift that lasts a lifetime. Diamond Intercontinental have diamond jewelry, gold and silver jewelries, engagement rings, wedding bands, chains, bracelets, and so much more. They also carry brands such as Anne Klein and Guess. Why wait? Visit Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store at the Esplanade Mall. Call 440-231234. The number again, 232-1234.
Is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Your hard work, talent, and creativity, plus Flow, equals more ways to chase your dreams. Flow is connecting all of Grenada, from Point Salines to Hillsborough, with the most reliable connection on the island. So now everyone can work, study, and keep moving forward together. Visit discoverflow.co for more information.
Welcome back. The Grenada Cooperative Bank's half-year performance has again been made public as the bank seeks to meet its customer promise and regulatory commitments. The report also came with the announcement of the retirement of Mr. Richard Duncan as Managing Director, effective December 5th. Gerald Joseph has that story.
Grenada Cooperative Bank continues to give full support to its customers as part of its social responsibility program to lessen the impact of the fallout from the COVID-19 pandemic. Chairman of the Board of Directors, Darrell Braffett, says, despite circumstances, a commendable first-half performance for the period October 2020 to March 2021 was realized, with an unaudited profit after tax being $6.2 million.
This is a reduced profit when compared with the same period last year by $1.1 million. That's 15%, reflecting the subdued economic circumstances in which we are operating. Total assets now stand at $1.4 billion, an increase of 12% or $155 million for the first 6 months of the financial year.
He goes on to add that though foreseeing a difficult period ahead, the bank remains committed to education in light of the virtual challenges. Manager Customer Care Roger Duncan explains.
Recognizing these challenges, Core Bank decided to enhance the Superstarter EIP program to benefit more students in more ways. The silver and gold category scholarships, which contribute toward primary and secondary school expenses respectively, have now been increased from 1 scholarship each per parish to 4 scholarships each per parish, a total of 28 scholarships per category.
Braffett says the bank's capital adequacy, solvency and non-performing loans ratios remained within regulatory requirements. Chief Operation Officer Dion Moses elaborates that the satisfaction ratio of 79% was witnessed in the audit of the customer service charter, with notable increases in loan processing, staff attributes among others.
Core Bank has registered improved overall customer satisfaction ratings for 2021, with 79% of customers indicating they were satisfied with the bank. That's a 3 percentage points increase over the previous year and a 9 percentage points increase over the benchmark of what is an acceptable standard.
Managing Director Richard Duncan, who joined the bank in 1996 while being in his current post since 2008, will be replaced by Larry Lawrence. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
And it's planting season in just a little bit when the rain begins. Do you think you know the proper way to plant yams? You may find out that there's a thing or two that you don't know. Let's find out in this report.
An interactive training session was held Thursday at the Maribor Propagation Station. One farmer who was part of a training session aimed at increasing yam production and possibly supplying other islands like St. Vincent spoke about his experience.
I think this is a very good initiative. Remember, we used to get a lot of crop from St. Vincent. Now, St. Vincent with the volcano, we use a lot of sweet potato and yam and other crops coming from them. We don't have that. And it's going to take them a little while before they get back into production. So I think now we as Grenadians have to be the initiative to plant, and hopefully that we might be able to supply St. Vincent because they used to supply us a lot. I think it's a good initiative to plant yam. Yam is a very good food.
Recommended propagation, harvest and post-harvest management practices, along with pest management strategies, were all part of the presentations made.
I plan to plant up to bit more planting there because I love planting now. I love always having an acre something or half an acre something. And to go in the yam, I feel I would do like a good acre. So the size song I will be getting to do, I will try to also purchase some to get it a little more to make sure I have enough planting material for next job, so I could achieve my target that I want to do. Based on the experience after Ivan, pull it towards me back up. So I see yams like that also. Yams and ginger and whatever, like after I will save the farmer and after disaster come around.
Alison Haynes, head of the agronomy department and manager of the Maribor Agricultural Station, explained that the ministry has noticed below normal production levels compared to the amount of planting material bought each year, a phenomenon the ministry wishes to change through education and support.
Thought that it would be best to have this training, this educational session prior to distributing the yams to the farmers, so that we will build your capacity in yam production. We want at the end of the day this training to assist you in multiplying your yam so that you can maximize how much yam you get for planting material, but still get a significant amount of yam to sell.
Presentations were made on mini setting method and propagation. The ministry currently propagates about 9 different varieties of yam at its Maribor station, 100% of which are edible and exportable. Farmers familiar with the traditional planting methods for yams are encouraged to utilize the mini setting techniques for yams, a method that allows for the rapid multiplication of the seed yams, which increases the production of the crop. The month of May is identified as the optimum planting season for the yams. Farmers and field officers who were part of the training are expected to adopt some of the best practices in yam production that will allow for increased production levels. Christelina John, GBN News.
See, I told you there's still something to learn. And still to come from us this evening, there's great news for Grenada, but it is even better for SAS and all SAS students and alumni. One of the athletes has done excellently well. Yes, we'd use that phrase, excellently well, in Jamaica. We'll tell you about that in the sporting segment with Sherry and Blackburn-Stevens. Do stay with us this evening.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today. Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements, or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 for 18-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Fallage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Pharmacy offers both wholesale and retail pharmaceutical and over-the-counter products. We have the most competitive and affordable prices. We are the agents for Vit Plus multivitamin for healthy everyday lifestyle and Sanatogen powder. Hills and Valley Pharmacy supplies the best quality, name brand clinical products such as Rescue Oil, Bio Oil, Neutrogena, Aveeno, and Clarisil. We offer the most convenient opening hours. Our telephone numbers are 435-6904 or 6903. Remember, at Hills and Valley Pharmacy, your health is our business. We care.
Now open, Hills and Valley Medicare Center, your one-stop for medical supplies, massage therapy, physiotherapy, and an in-house physician. At Hills and Valley, your health is our business.
Nishan Pair has joined fellow colleague Jamora Alvarez in making history. The SAS alumni helped Jamaica College win the boys' championship in the 2021 Issa Grace Kennedy Boys and Girls Championships. Pair pair won gold in the boys' Class 1 high jump after clearing the bar with a massive jump of 2.8 meters. Jamaica College captured the Issa Grace Kennedy Boys Championships title, while Edwin Allen reclaimed the girls' crown, followed by second-placed St. Jago as the competition came to a close at the National Stadium on Saturday. Grenadian female sprinter Amanda Crawford was also one of the elite athletes to graduate recently. Amanda graduated from Texas Tech University on Friday while celebrating her birthday. 2021 NACAC Indo 400-meter champion Gamali Felix joined the list of elite Grenadian graduates as he graduated from the Barton Community College with honors. Chairman of the Grenada Tourism Authority, Barry Colomo, believes that the national sporting bodies needs to be more focused on creating a Caribbean product for export. Colomo says these associations lack innovation and imagination.
Most of these countries in the Caribbean have stadium facilities. Most of them have playing fields, athletic facilities. But what happens to them is that you build it and you lock it up. This is where the national governing bodies of sport have fallen down and have been weak and have not been as imaginative as they can be. The Caribbean is a great place. It is the best place on earth as far as I'm concerned. Why wouldn't you want to come to the Caribbean and play sports? But I feel that our national governing bodies of sport need to be more forward-thinking in not just preparing elite athletes to go somewhere, but to create products that, with the private sector and others, that will want people to come to the Caribbean.
He says there is an unfortunate belief that it is only the government's role to market sports tourism.
Can you imagine if we created something here like a beach cricket product or something like that? Lots of people are playing football on sand now and other types of activities and that kind of thing. We have tremendous beaches. They're underutilized for sporting activity. And we have tremendous facilities. So I would say that it's not just about governments. The governments build the facilities, but it is how we as a people see these facilities and how we treat them, and the fact that a sporting facility really is not just an 8 to 4 facility, or it's not just something that you open up when a team comes here.
This is your One Caribbean Hookup. Minister of Tourism and Culture, Carlos James, has revealed that while considerations were being given to some form of Vinci-Mass this year, the April 9th explosive eruption of the last supervolcano has derailed these plans. He said it is unlikely that there will be any virtual or in-person celebrations. However, a later production of some variation is possible.
I'm certainly open to the idea at some point later this year whether we can develop something that we can bring a level of production, whether virtually or otherwise. Bearing in mind that we are focused right now on the rebuilding and recovery efforts, we can have an activity at some point later this year. But the immediate concern within the next coming weeks, leading into June, July, obviously would be to focus a lot of attention on the rebuilding and recovery as it relates to persons were displaced from the eruption of the Lasso Fray.
A magistrate set July 8th as the date for the start of a case against Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit and 14 other members of his ruling Dominica Labour Party. Skerrit and his co-accused all pleaded not guilty on Thursday when they appeared in the Roseau Magistrate Court on a charge of treating. Treating refers to directly or indirectly providing food, drink or entertainment to a person during or after an election with the aim of corruptly influencing that person's vote. The DLP is being accused after hosting 2 free concerts during the island's last general elections. The law in Dominica is that a person convicted of treating is disqualified from sitting in the House of Assembly and cannot run for elections for 7 years. Meanwhile, new details are emerging in the case of the cutlass-wielding intruder who struck fear in the hearts of students and faculty in a secondary school in St. Lucia. The man is reportedly the brother of a 14-year-old girl who was reportedly punched in the face by a fellow male student. The chief education officer says relevant authorities are investigating the matter. Faculty, staff, and the student body have been offered counseling services.
In the capacity of Chief Education Officer, I visited the school together with the District Education Officer, had a discussion with principals and members of staff. Our staff are getting necessary support in terms of counseling services, and as a department we remain committed to always work with the appropriate and relevant authorities at whatever situations that present to us.
Internationally, more than 178,000 migrants were found crossing the U.S. southern border in April. That is among the highest monthly totals seen in 20 years. The migrants are mostly from Central America, where the pandemic and back-to-back hurricanes worsened already struggling economies. We get the details in this report.
It's early morning, a few hundred steps from the banks of the Rio Grande River on the American side, and these men, women, and children are anxious about what the day will bring. They hope the worst is behind them.
We crossed the river and then we walked for 2 hours, and then we turned ourselves in.
Amado Lopez is 17 and alone. He left his home in El Salvador 3 weeks ago, hitching rides north until he reached the U.S.-Mexico border. He hopes to join an older sister in Los Angeles, but for now, he's been detained by U.S. Border Patrol agents.
So many have come that the agents have run out of buses to take them to the stations where they'll be processed. They're tired, they're frightened, and they're wondering what will come next.
Yes, I am afraid. I have never been through anything like this before.
Carmen is a single mother from El Salvador. She just crossed the river with her 2 sons.
We crossed on a raft. It went all bad. I was in mud up to my waist, and I lost all our documents.
Now she worries U.S. authorities will take away her children because she can't immediately prove they're hers. The number of migrants caught crossing the U.S. southern border is now the highest in decades. The Biden administration is expelling most migrants back to Mexico, where they will again face the cartels. But still, more arrive at the border, believing it's a chance worth taking.
That's it for our One Caribbean Hookup. I'm Charlonna Charles. Thank you for joining us.
Recapping the main stories this evening, hefty bail conditions and specially adjusted curfew hours for 9 young people charged for alleged marijuana theft at Sates police station. Grenadian-American citizen arrested and charged for violating COVID-19 regulations. He should have gone into a COVID site, but he went home instead. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell assures residents that the Molyneux Road will be rebuilt. Forecaster Fimber Frank reminds people here to have their hurricane kits events and plans prepared as the season nears. The Grenada movement prepares for the upcoming general elections after saying initially that they were a non-political organization. Long-standing politician Michael Batiste, he is analyzing Grenada's political climate, and he says interesting times are ahead. And around the globe this evening, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, another year without Vinci Mas, and migrants swarm U.S. borders. In sports, we heard the good news that Grenadian Nishon pair joined Jamara Owls in making history. They won gold medals at the intersecondary school games in Jamaica. Well done. And we say good night. In case you missed any part of this newscast, you can catch up with us on our social media channels, the GBN Facebook page, as well as YouTube. We'll see you again tomorrow in just a little bit, about half hour, beyond the headlines.